Steel fenders have a ton to offer with added protection, a more open design for better articulation, and added off-road appeal. And that's exactly what this set of officially licensed Jeep front tubular fender flares with the LED DRL and Jeep logo will do for your 2007 to 2018 JK Wrangler. Now this will be a great set of flares for the JK owner looking for some armor that will remain durable on the trail and benefit them with added room inside the wheel well for better articulation and up travel off-road, especially with a larger wheel and tire setup. Not to mention the off-road style that you're getting and the addition of the LED DRL and officially licensed Jeep logo on the side if you want something a bit more custom than the average flare. This will feature a flat outer tubular build that is a bit more narrow than the factory flares that will offer your Jeep a wider appearance and again offer more room underneath the flare, which is great for additional flex, especially in off-camber off-road situations. This will also feature small touches of style that elevate the look compared to other flares, including the subtle steel plate on the side with the Jeep logo stamped in it and the bright white LED running lights. Now speaking of the lights, this will offer 4 bright white LEDs that'll act as your daytime running light right on the front of the fender and will make you more noticeable when driving at night for safety and style. These fenders will be made of a 1.5 millimeter thick carbon plate steel material, and the outer tubing will be 38 by 2.5 millimeters, being very durable and robust as far as the build is concerned. These will also hold up a lot better than any plastic flare would, and will have a 2-stage epoxy pre-coating and high-grade textured black powder coat finish to protect that steel underneath from corrosion. And I do like that it's more of a fine textured black powder coat that's going to add a very premium appearance to the flares. Now the lights will also be pre-installed, so you don't have to worry about mounting them in. However, they will require a little bit of additional wiring. It does come with 2 leads here, but we're going to show you how to do that in just a minute. When it comes to the price for the front here, you'll be looking at about $625. Now compared to other options, I think for the price, you're definitely getting your money's worth when it comes to the quality in the build and the included features here that you may not see out of other choices. Now their tubular options may not come with the additional lighting and will not come with these small Jeep details that you're getting here, making this your best bet if you're looking for that additional custom styling and those extra small features that are going to help out when it comes to visibility and keeping you more noticeable on the street. Now overall, I think if you're looking for a set of solid flares, you have that extra cash to spend on a quality set with a couple of added features in the meantime, then this is going to be a great set to choose. Now install will be a straightforward 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. There is again a little bit of wiring, but we're going to show you how to do that in just a second. And it's probably going to take you about 2 hours to get the job done. At this point, we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown of the install process step by step. So it's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, 10mm and 13mm sockets, 4mm and 5mm Allen sockets, 13mm crescent wrench, 13mm ratcheting wrench, clip removal tool, Phillips head screwdriver, wire strippers and crimpers, angle cutters, and what is not included in the kit but will need for wiring is male spade connectors and T-taps. What's up guys, today we're going to be installing some fender flares on our Wrangler, so let's get started. So to get started, we're going to go underneath our fender flare into our fender liner and go ahead and remove a couple 10mm bolts using our 10mm socket on our ratchet. So your 2 10mm bolts are located up here under your fender well. We'll go ahead and remove those. Next, we can go ahead and unplug our side marker light so we can transfer that to our new flare. And to do that, just going to reach back in and unclip our harness. So it's kind of hard to see, but if you reach back in here, there's a push tab. You go ahead and push down on that and just go ahead and remove your connector. So now we're just going to give our flare a firm tug, pulling the tabs out of the body, and go ahead and separate that. And out comes our flare and inner fender liner. And once you have this side off, you can go ahead and repeat this process for your other side. So now we can go ahead and remove our rear flare, and to do that we're going to remove the clips inside the fender well and go ahead and pull our flare off. we find it's easier to go ahead and transfer your fender liner over after it's off the vehicle, just for ease of install. So we're going to use our clip removal tool and remove what's supposed to be 6 clips inside the fender well, and then go ahead and pull our flare. Now from the factory, yours should have 4 more clips located around the arch of the inner fender liner, but our vehicle has been previously modified, and as you know, clips are notorious for getting broken or lost, so we still only have 2. So now we can go ahead and give a firm tug on our flare to go ahead and separate it from the body. Now some of your clips will absolutely break, but your kit comes with new clips to reinstall into the body to go ahead and remedy that. Go ahead and remove your flare and liner as one piece. And once you've done that, we can go ahead and repeat this process for the other side. So before we start installing our new flare, there's a couple things we have to do to get it ready. Now sometimes your light may come installed, sometimes not. If not, there are 2 4mm Allen bolts that go right on the bottom side of your bracket, and you use a 4mm Allen wrench to go ahead and install those. And then after that, we have to install our rubber padding on the back side of our flare just to give it a little cushion so it doesn't mess up any paint or make any noises when we install it. So to do that, we're simply going to remove the backing. A little bit at a time, you don't need to pull the whole thing. And we'll start up front here. And just go ahead and work that around your first corner. Now we will have to remount the holes for our mounting bolts afterwards. Go ahead and keep this flush along our lines here. Go ahead and keep removing your backing as you work down. To our bottom edge, and then we'll go ahead and trim off the excess. We'll go ahead and grab some angle cutters or a knife, whatever you have on hand, to go ahead and trim your excess off. And you can even use some of this excess to go ahead and put some more in your corner here. It's not really necessary, but if you like it for aesthetics, that's fine. Next, we can go ahead and clear out our bolt holes for our mounting points. And to do that, you can use a razor blade or something else to go ahead and poke through it. A Phillips head screwdriver does work pretty well. So we'll go ahead and run that through just to clear out space for the holes. And we'll go ahead and line them up for the next one as well. We'll go ahead and keep working our way down. So for your LED DRL light here, you are going to add some connectors to the end of your wiring to tap into your factory harness. Now what we've gone ahead and done is added 2 male spade connectors using our wire strippers and crimpers, just pulled back some sheathing and crimped those on. And our harness actually already has some T-taps on our wires, and those are very easy. They just snap into place, and you go ahead and slide your male spade connector in, and that retains stock functionality if you ever want to switch back, and it's easy to take on and off. So now that we're ready to go on the car, we're going to grab our supplied hardware, which will be 5 of your shorter 13mm bolts, 2 flat washers for each bolt, and a lock nut for each bolt as well. And we're going to use our factory bracket here to kind of hold it in place as we get our first few bolts in. Go ahead and just set it up here. Now that we have our first bolt in, there is a small slot between your fender and inner fender to go ahead and slide that on. Go ahead and get your nut on. Once we have our bolt through, we can get your washer on. And this may take some finagling because there is a small gap behind here for your lock nut to go in. Now we can continue loosely installing our hardware, our front 5 bolts. Now that we have those installed loosely, we can go ahead and work on our bottom 2 bolts. So for these last 2 rear mounting bolts, you will need a drill and drill bits to go ahead and get your holes marked, drilled through the front of your fender here and the back of your inner fender. Now what you're going to want to do is, once you have these pretty much installed, get it in place, mark out your first hole and go ahead and drill through that, and then set your spacer in and go ahead and put your drill bit through that to get straight through to your rear mounting point of your inner fender. Then go ahead and drill that through. And for our top one here, we're going to use our longer Allen head bolt, our longer spacer, 2 flat washers and a lock nut, and go ahead and slide that into place. Then for our bottom mounting point, we're going to use our shorter Allen head bolt and our shorter spacer and flat washer on each side. And the same drilling process to go ahead and get this mounted up. Once you have your spacers through and your bolts installed, you can go ahead and grab your other flat washer and lock nut for the back side of each of those Allen head bolts. So once you have all your hardware in place, we can go ahead and start to snug our bolts down and get our fender flare lined up exactly where we want. We're going to use the tension from the hardware to go ahead and hold it in place, but just keep moving it around until you're happy with the fitment. So we'll grab our 13mm socket and our ratchet and a 13mm wrench and go ahead and start tightening these down. So this front mounting bolt is a little bit hard to get to because of your light bracket. So for that one, you may need a 13mm ratcheting wrench and a 13mm wrench. And now to tighten down our last two bolts with the spacer on them, we're going to use our 5mm Allen socket on our ratchet and our 13mm wrench for the nut. Now we're going to go ahead and plug in our male spade connectors for our LED DRL light into our factory harness, which has already been T-tapped. So our red wire is going to go into our white with green striped wire. And then obviously our black will be the black for ground. And then we'll go ahead and tuck our wiring back up in. And you can zip tie it out of the way or just tuck it in, whatever you prefer. And once you've completed this, you can go ahead and repeat this process for your other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our officially licensed Jeep tubular fender flares with LED DRLs and Jeep logo on the front for your 07 to 18 Jeep Wrangler JKs. Thank you for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.